This is the Sports Hit List. By the fans, for the fans.
This is the Sports Hit List podcast by the fans and for the fans. Carl Coulange. Please make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe on Apple Podcast and Spotify. Thank you so much for joining us. It's official. The NBA second round of the 2026 NBA playoffs are here. Before we begin, first let me introduce my panel. Ziggy Zig is joining us. Ziggs, how you doing, sir?
Chilling, man. I'm here, man.
Andres, how you doing, sir?
The NBA is fantastic, man. The NBA is fantastic, man.
So Mike may be joining us. He's away, but he said he had to pull up to the Sports Hit List, even though he's away, to give his takes on the second round. I'm going to start off with Philly and the Knicks in the semifinals in the Eastern Conference, the 3 seed versus the 7th. And I know I'm going to get flack, so I might as well just come out and say it. I've been on the record to say that Joel Embiid should retire. And those two on the panel have laughed at me consistently and saying, Carl, you're crazy for saying that about a man who can still cook to his. And I guess this is my own karma, because he cooked us in that first round. And kudos to Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers. When you flip it to the New York Knicks, I live in New York, and I talk to New York Knicks fans on a regular basis. And the narrative around them has always been, why always the Knicks? Why always the Knicks? And Ziggs knows this because we've been going back and forth for years, almost 20 years now about this. And Knicks fans always feel like they're the target for some strange reason. And it's maybe because they're in New York, maybe because they're a top market. So we're here with Philly and New York, and there's a lot of different angles we can go with this. But when we was talking strictly basketball, I think this series can definitely go 7, as long as Embiid stays healthy. Paul George looks like he went back to a time machine, and it's PG or playoff P, like he called him in the series against the Celtics. Their backcourt of Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe looks good. On the Knicks flip side, Karl-Anthony Towns looks great. And I forget what the score was, but they annihilated the Hawks in that closeout game and making a statement in the Eastern
140 to 89, brother. 140 to 89.
Appreciate that. And then you have the coaching matchup too, where you have a guy like Nick Nurse, who's won an NBA championship. He's got that veteran leadership on his bench in as far as Kyle Lowry, another player who's on my radar, players I can't stand. So there's a lot here with this series. I can't stand Kyle Lowry, but he's on that bench for a reason. So there's a lot here with this series. I got to start off with the Knicks fan. Ziggs, clearly everyone knew or kind of anticipated it was going to be Boston, but now you get the swerve in Philly. What was your first initial thoughts knowing that you're going to get Philly in the second round?
Man, when I saw Philly get the W, I wasn't like overly surprised, because once they said Jason Tatum was out, I said, damn, that means they're gonna probably steal this one from the Celtics. With them winning now, I just started to wonder matchup wise how we're gonna look, because I feel like it's gonna be a lot more difficult now as opposed to playing Atlanta. That team, that roster is it's much more improved than Atlanta. I feel like Joel Embiid was just, chilling during the entire season, and they was like, yo, once you get to the playoffs, let's just turn it up. And that's exactly what we saw. But like you just mentioned it before, the backcourt of VJ Edgecombe and Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Maxey is a huge problem. Definitely one of the top guards in the Eastern Conference. He is a major problem. Paul George, he's definitely, like you said, jump back in time machine. He's looking good. And Joel Embiid is, looking like a monster. He's not even like 100% of himself yet. He's playing probably at I feel like 75%. You see, he doesn't have really the leaping ability no more. But I don't think I'm thoroughly worried about the 76ers all the way. I think the Knicks are going to get it in 6, just based on the fact that we're a much more physical team than them. They're coming off a 7-game series where they don't even really play their entire team. They look like us from last year with Tibbs coaching, meaning like the rotation is short. We got a much longer rotation. We got some talented players coming off the bench. And I think we got enough players to throw at Tyrese Maxey to make things a little difficult. And we know what Mitch do to Joel Embiid, so we're not even going to talk about that.
Right. You guys played them, I believe, 2 years ago, and you beat them in the first round in 6, right? So there's some familiarity.
Should have been 5, but
Yeah. I will say this. I think overall it's pretty impressive. I know we don't talk about divisions anymore, but the fact that, 2 teams out of the former Atlantic Division is still standing, I think it's a pretty big thing. And the one thing I also said about the series, which people don't think about, travel is a lot. It's like, 20-minute flight between cities.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not much.
Look what Embiid said, right? He said it after the game. He was like, listen, Sixer fans, I know we played the Knicks 2 years ago, but like that shit sounded like MSG in Philly. Like we need your support. So like they know what it is. I mean,
Listen,
I had a lot of friends that drove from New York to Philly for WrestleMania 40, and then they drove home. Like you could do that drive in one day.
but not only that though, but Andres, to add to that point, Knicks fans just travel. I mean, look what they did in Atlanta, Ziggs. Like I texted you guys Womack at the game, but it sounded like, and again, MSG 2.0.
It's embarrassing.
Brooklyn South, man. That's
No,
Brooklyn South, man.
That's
New York South.
So the fact that Joe, and again, I was reading the comments on social media. One person was like, "Just tell Philly fans that they broke." The fact that Knicks fans are pulling up to the stadium and showing up to their games, it's like, what are we saying about Philly fans? And I guess
there's a whole thing going on Twitter right now, because I know you saw they did it live 2 years ago, but they're restricting the ticket sales to Philadelphia natives, right?
I saw that. Yeah.
And
can they do that legally?
Yo, they did it 2 years ago. They did it before.
There's got to be a legal thing. Like, can you literally hold out tickets for city fans?
It's not just
outside?
It's not just NBA. They do it in every sport.
Yeah, I would love to Google and find that out. But there are Knicks fans who are living in like Jersey and Philadelphia who are buying tickets for fans in New York and making arrangements so that these people can come to the Philly games. It's just an amazing thing to see how we as Knicks fans, how we moving and how we trying to just
they travel well.
Yeah, and not only that though, it sucks because Philly fans are not going to pay Garden prices to come out here, so no one's going to come to the Garden.
No,
so
I mean
they're not going to do that.
Those prices are kind of high, but I mean, listen, $300 get you in the section 200s as opposed to here in Madison Square Garden. You paying what, maybe $700
at least.
Ziggs, does that mean you're traveling? I mean, it's not that far.
Nah.
Philly's not that far, bro. It's not that far for you.
Philly fans is a rowdy bunch of fans, man. I'm good. I'd much rather watch it at home. Yo, them Eagle fans, them 76ers fans, them Fly, the Pink, whatever. I'm not. I ain't messing with no.
Carl,
yeah.
Not to cut you, 2 questions. Which series are you most looking forward to? And as a Celtics fan, who do you root for, the Sixers or the Knicks?
Well, clearly, I would say the series I'm looking forward to is Sixers-Knicks. And my allegiance kind of has to lie. It's tough for me to say it, but it's got to be with the Knicks because most of my friends and my core people are Knicks fans, and my dad is a Knicks fan. So for him, at his age now, I'd love to see him. Now I'm getting a little emotional, and I'm not going to cry. Just to see him see that, I could put my Celtics pride aside for my dad at 70 for him to see wow, the Knicks actually made another finals and win it. Yeah. So it'd have to be with them. And the fact of Joel Embiid, man, he still irks me. So he still irks me. I have to put it out there. I'm sorry, man. All on Joel Embiid, man.
This guy.
It's Joel Embiid, bro. Yo, there's something about Embiid, man. He just irks me, man. This dude just sits there, flops, and he's very arrogant. He's just full of, like, this dude, man. Like I said,
you need some fries, yo, bro. Do you need some fries? I got an air fryer, bro. I can load it up right now.
For all the Knicks fans who have supported the Sports Hit List all these years, go New York, go New York, go.
Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. In fact, do it now.